then we have this material, right? In a very, I would say, foreign key. You understand what I mean by foreign? How would you compare the first one, the D major, and this one, D flat major, in terms of atmosphere, feeling?
Something that's like right?
Well, I think both of them.
It sounds like a mistake.
I think both of them have that, but in terms of what kind of the character you're describing, do you think that this one, for example, is this one brighter? Is it more mellow? Yeah, I think so. I think both of them are actually quite strange. I think the first one, just for me, the sound of D major implies something a little bit brighter, like there's a little bit of a light show on it. For me, the D flat is a bit darker and warmer, you know, and I think the material that comes definitely supports that view. And if you could try it once, really, you know, if you thought that the first one was kind of this one could be a little bit more, kind of a more gently covered inside. Here we are. The first half is the same, right? But then we have, and now, instead, it moves in a completely new direction. These chords, you know, it should have the feeling of something opening up and really blooming. Play again from the double bar. It's very often the function of the development in the classical movement to create the feeling of being lost, of being a little bit farther away from home. And this is very much an example of that. The music is a bit far away from home. not like yum bum 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 yum bum bum bum. That there's always we feel the sequence. And I think your balance, I mean, just between your hands, we can do more of the left hand and much less of the right. Within this sequence, right? Piano, cello, clarinet. What's the moment where the harmony moves? Exactly. So I think you can make more of that moment also. You know, if you just listen to the bass underneath, that's always the point at which we start to move into a new tonality. So I think you can just somehow, if you're aware of it, it probably will happen naturally. Just from there, you could just begin from E. This happens 3 times, right? We have 3 full sequences, right? Of piano, cello, clarinet, and then piano, cello, clarinet, piano, cello, clarinet. In terms of dynamics, what happens? Do they grow? Do they get less?
I think they get grow.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So I think you need to leave yourself a little bit of room. When you begin this, play with just as much energy and excitement, but not quite so loud. So you have somewhere to go still. Always leads to that.